Every year, EPA samples groundwater from approximately 270 monitoring points, 3 times per year, as part of our work to monitor the quality of Ireland's water. The groundwater monitoring is undertaken by a sampling contractor on behalf of the EPA.
Hi, my name is David and I'm an environmental scientist working on behalf of the EPA Groundwater Monitoring Programme. I am one of the sampling team for the monitoring programme, and today I will demonstrate how I take groundwater samples at different types of monitoring locations and the sampling equipment that I use to take the samples.
Groundwater is sampled from different locations, like these specially designed monitoring boreholes, and also at water supply wells and springs. Before sampling, the scientist checks the water level in the monitoring well. This is done with a dip meter, which makes a noise when it touches the water. EPA uses different types of sampling equipment to take water samples from the monitoring wells. A bladder pump is used to take water samples from the monitoring wells. The equipment is set up firstly by inserting the pump and tubes in the well. The tubes are connected to an air compressor which lifts the water up from below the ground. The scientist records water quality information as the water is being pumped from the well. A sample of fresh water from the aquifer is taken when water has been pumped from the well. Samples are taken from the monitoring wells on the EPA network at depths up to 50 metres below the ground, which is almost as deep as Liberty Hall is high. Specially designed sampling sleeves are also used to sample deeper groundwater. The sleeves are suspended in the well and are allowed to equilibrate for several weeks before being removed for sampling. Samples are collected in different sample containers. Each container is used for a different type of chemical analysis, such as nutrients, metals, pesticides and organic chemicals. Groundwater samples are also taken at public water supply wells. The samples are taken using the pumps that are already installed in the water supply wells. Samples are usually taken from taps that are connected to the wells. Before sampling, taps are sterilised to ensure that they are clean. Nearby rivers are also sampled to compare the groundwater quality with the water quality in the river. Samples are taken from the riverbank using sampling poles. The sample bottles are filled directly from the sampling container. Groundwater from springs are also sampled in a similar way to rivers. At the end of each day, after the sampling is completed, the sample bottles are prepared for the laboratory and are packed in cool boxes to preserve the samples until they arrive at EPA's Monaghan laboratory. A chain of custody form is prepared for each set of samples so the laboratory knows what the samples are and what kind of analysis is required. The results from the groundwater sampling are used by the EPA to assess water quality in Ireland. Please visit the EPA website for the results of the groundwater sampling programme and EPA water quality reports.